I think the worst thing about beefing with the Carters, because, once you're beefing with one of them, you're beefing with both of them, is you're just going to be screaming into the void, right? Like, or in this case, you're going to be posted into the void. And the more and more you do it, the more and more you just keep typing your life away and or speaking to the camera, screaming your life away, the crazier you look. Now, I'm the type of person that I try my best. I don't think I always get it right. To try to see everybody's side. But in Nicki Minaj's case, I still can't exactly even figure out what the beef is, or the beef that should be making her go this far. Because now she's doing the name drops. She's getting into some real dicey things, right? And you got to think about it, right? Because for me, I remember, them two, Jay's wife and Nicki, Beyoncé, right? Shooting the videos together, and they sent her flowers before together, right? So here's what I have, okay? Since Nicki has a bone to pick about the title deal, then she has a bone to pick about Roc Nation as an entity itself. And I think that's also in connection with Megan Thee Stallion. There's some things there, probably taking up for Wayne on the Super Bowl stuff. But then there's the touring issues, and then there's the stuff where we get into like these conspiracy tinfoil hat areas where Roc Nation is under Live Nation. Live Nation is in charge of touring, right? So Live Nation is their parent company. So if you have issues with touring, you would go to Live Nation. If you got issues on the title deal, if you didn't get paid your fair share, you would go into litigation. But for Nicki Minaj, again, I know, she's the rich one. She's the rapper. She's the one that somewhat smarter than me. So she knows her legacy, and she knows what this will do to her legacy. But when you're screaming to the void like this, or into pretty much, if not in the void, to your echo chamber of barbs, that's the tough part about having stands, is I'm not quite sure. They're the people I would look to check me if I were going off the rails. And you just start looking more and more deranged. And there's the substance abuse allegations, which are not being helped right now. These fraternity stuff out there. Desiree, Nicki calls her Deseret, who's an executive over there at Roc Nation. She's dealing with her issues with her daughter, going through a civil case. So I get it, right? But she's using that as well. And then when we get, like I said before, you get into the tech stuff. Oh, Roc Nation's hacking me. They took likes away. Some of y'all said she was being sarcastic. And then we feed more into the conspiracy of Roc Nation is the reason for everything. Nicki may have fair gripes with things that Jay Z is doing. And listen, I told y'all all the time, I'm a whole avenger. So I know you don't become a billionaire, you don't become someone disrevered, along with his wife Beyonce, without knowing how to move like life is a game of chess. And sometimes people are going to misinterpret that, or they're going to become casualties. So I guess the advice I'm trying to say here with Nicki is to try to see where you're coming from. If there is something here, you got to be more strategic. Layer it out, get in illegal, because as powerful as they are, I think you're powerful too. And you think this is the avenue that you're going to use to win, but you're not winning a battle of public opinion. I think you're just winning with your stance. But winning with your stance is not going to accomplish any, concrete changes that you might want. All right, so that's just my piece on it, because I was ignoring it, and I was like, she's saying my boy name now. God damn. Hi, Nicki. In a day and age when artists and commentators, we can have back and forths and talk, I appreciate you actually not hiding and being able to comment and give your perspective. I'm gonna start with love here, because I do see love in your comment where you say you're fond of me, and I appreciate that. I'm more than fond of you, though. I think not only you the greatest female rapper of all time, I consider you one of the greatest rappers of all time. I'm guessing since you might have seen my stuff, I was on here telling people when we talk about the Mount Rushmores of 2010s, I think you wholeheartedly deserve a spot next to the big three of Coles, Kendrick, and Drake, right? Okay, we got that out the way. Now, your next point, which is more of a fact, let's talk facts. You are right. There has been a brand new response, I'm presuming you're talking about, in Jay Z's paternity, which is attorneys have requested that they need more time. And in this case is going to, from what I can see, the highest court in the land. However, my point there, though, is that I in all what I do and try to be fair and talking about rap and politics and things like that, when I give everybody a props, I try to bring nuance and perspective, which in this case is that I don't think you should be invoking people's personal matters per se to try to give your issues more claim, which I think are more professional issues, right? And that's all I'm really trying to say if I didn't get my point across correctly, which leads me to my next point. When you say don't get sued, actually, I'm going to put the full statement here, right? As much of an Avenger as I am, that's why, to be fair with my bias, I lay it out so you guys can see it. I'm not willing to get sued for Jay Z. And in fact, I'm actually asking you to go sue Jay Z, or when you can, or what you can, or tell us why we can't pursue legal avenues if there are money issues there, right? That is really the irony of this whole thing. But however, I also stated in my last video, you're more acclaimed, more resources, and richer than me. So maybe there's something we don't know about why you haven't taken that legal avenue yet. If there is something between you, Jay Z, and Roc Nation, right? That I've admitted that. Maybe there's, and that is actually what I would like to know. But with that said, I don't have as much money as you or Jay Z. So I would like to not get sued. So if you're asking me to stand,
I'm feeling like I'm getting tired at this point with Nicki Minaj. Like, literally, she just wants to make sure she's relevant by any means necessary. And by any means necessary, it means that she will not literally back down, and she's not gonna be like, she's attached to fame, she's attached to the fortune as well. And I guess this is why so many things are going wrong for her in this instance. And we can see with even the alleged cases of a tour not doing as well. Really interesting when we think about it. But I feel like Nicki Minaj is beefing with everyone, not just this guy, but also another one, which I will attach this video about, and I'll also attach this video of this lady talking about Nicki Minaj not doing well financially. But anyways, I don't know what's happening in the background. Somebody is busy with the car, but I hope you guys can hear it. But I can hear it. But let's move on. I feel like if Nicki Minaj wants to win this, she's better off not responding and doing what this guy says. Take it to court, pile your evidence. Don't beef with the Carters, because eventually they are watching you. They are literally watching every move you make. We know about them to go about and sue, and literally, and destroy people just for coming for them. What did they do to Jaguar, or right, or something? Is it right? Yep, they came for her. They came for her, and she went and apologized, and we've never really heard from her ever since, talking about Beyonce with her lungs the way that she did. So Nikki, maybe she's trying to be relevant, and I guess the Carters can see this because they know what they dealt with. And I guess this is why they pushed her aside, because they saw, because Beyonce would do anything for her brand eventually.
Nicki Minaj is allegedly still in debt after her successful Pink Friday 2 tour. This blind item suggests she might even be worse out than she was before the tour, money-wise. Speaking of the foreign-born former A-plus list rapper, the tour didn't get her out of debt. In fact, she might be worse off than she was before the tour. All the liens she is facing haven't been paid off, and the interest is accruing. And again, this is allegedly Nicki Minaj. And the related headline reads, Nicki Minaj versus everybody. Here's why the rapper is crashing out on X. She's coming for Megan Thee Stallion. She's calling out Jay Z. She's reviving vaccine drama. If you thought Nicki Minaj was done stirring the pot, think again. If you're on X, chances are your feed has been dominated by Nicki Minaj's latest spiral on the platform. The queen of rap is not holding back, and this time she's dragging everyone down, from Megan Thee Stallion to Jay Z and the entire Roc Nation empire, into the mess. But if you're wondering why this is happening, you're not alone. From a deep dive into her account, it looks like the spiral started when a federal judge denied Megan Thee Stallion and Roc Nation's motion to dismiss a lawsuit filed by cameraman Emilio Garcia, who alleged he was forced to watch Megan be intimate in a car during her European tour.
So I woke up today to people letting me know that Nicki Minaj posted me on her Twitter account with the caption, Barb's bookmark this. I see certain people haven't learned their lessons as yet. They will soon. Is she threatening me? Like, somebody enlighten me. Somebody tell me what that means. You feel me? Anyways, I made a couple videos about Nicki Minaj. One where I asked, what is Nicki Minaj's big issue with Jay Z? Because I'm so confused why she's been attacking him so seriously for the past year or so. And everybody responded, Tidal. So I followed up that video with, here's Steve Stout's viewpoint on what happened with Tidal. Here's Nicki Minaj's viewpoint. Nicki, take them to court. If you feel you're right, take them to court. What is you ranting on Twitter what can we do? Like, I genuinely don't understand, but apparently that got under Nicki's skin. I'm not gonna hold you. So somebody on Twitter said the same thing I said, and this was her response. She said, LOL, seeing these dudes scramble in real time is so satisfying. Y'all can talk about Tidal until you're blue in the face, child. Y'all massa know Tidal is the least of his worries. And imagine being that imagine that being a talking point. Do you know how much of a snake you'd have to be to have someone do all the work, then come out and say, oh, oop, you never signed your paperwork? This y'all king and y'all rat. She's talking about Desiree. So you're saying that brother billionaire would use a legal loophole to not pay a black woman that upheld her part of the bargain, then threaten her that if she didn't sign a random paper in 24 hours, she'd lose out on a measly $1 million because that's what y'all were offering? I'm so glad I said no. Scare tactics and manipulation to steal that I worked for. So while I was working for the company, they let me work with nothing signed. Like, how stupid you silly dudes can be. LMFAO, y'all really have no understanding of business, huh? So now you're saying when we signed our contracts in front of the world, those were fake. So now you've admitted to fraudulent tactics for the media, like, huh? So in that case, I don't have to abide by any NDAs, right? By the way, who authorized the Shade Room post to use my face as one of the artists claiming we all received $9 million? Shade Room can't post about the more around me, so clearly it would seem Bot Nation themselves authorized the post. Like, there's no way you can be this stupid in 2025. Then she said, silly wabbits, if y'all think this is about 9 million or Tidal, y'all haven't been paying attention. That's the least of their worries, Buki. Least of their worries. Trust me. Meet me back at this post a year from now. Nicki, I hate to do this to you. At the Tidal launch event in 2015 that she's referring to, where they're all on stage signing documents, a group of prominent artists signed the document, not a traditional employment contract. A declaration was signed. Instead of individual contracts outlining specific terms of employment or artist agreements, the artist publicly signed a declaration outlining Tidal's mission and their collective commitment to an artist-owned platform. That is what was that is easily searchable, gang. Don't tell me I don't know business. I got 3 business degrees, sweetheart. 3. You feel me? You want to talk the truth or not? You keep saying this isn't about Tidal, it's more than that. And then you trying to insinuate that, oh, they pump faked on the Tidal deal and it was supposed to be 9 million, but then you still acting like $9 million ain't no money. Like, choose a side, gang. If you care about the 9 million, sue for the 9 million. But you sit here pretending it's not about the 9 million. Is it because you feel like people can't see your Twitter likes? Because that's what you keep talking about. People can't see your Twitter likes, or you getting less views on your Instagram live, gang. And you keep blaming Jay Z for that, and you keep quoting Damore and the Desiree Perez situation. Like, what is it? If you going to sue him. You said come back in a year later. I'm going to sit and wait, gang. I'm going to sit and wait. But you seem like you don't know what you were signing and when you were signing it. There's different. Oh man. Different things take places at different times. So if you agree to do a Tidal exclusive song or album, there's different paperwork that takes place versus you signing a 3% equity stake in a company. These are different things. That's how business works. I don't know, gang. She probably gonna be upset I'm making this video. I'm here to talk about the facts of the situation as presented, bro. You feel me? I'm genuinely confused. All I suggested was you take it to court. I don't know what you ranting on Twitter is doing for anybody. If that upsets you, then so be it. So be it. Till next time, I'm out of here. You shit me.